videos. But before we get going here, if you could, please smash that like button. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm and getting these videos out there. So please, please, please give me a thumbs up and invite anybody to this channel that you might want to, or that you might think would want to see this channel. And then lastly, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel to help us out as we grow this channel, because guys, I want this channel to grow and help all of us make more income. So I left off a little bit, I left off talking about the Robinhood app and pushing you guys to go join that. Again, the link for that is down below. Not sponsored by them. They do nothing for me other than I get a free app, or I get a free stock if you join. You get a free stock if you join, if you use my link below. Also, I want to talk about how we started the year trying to turn $5,000 into $300,000 by the end of the year. And I want to give you guys an update on that. We're a little over halfway through the year. So, I want to tell you guys what's up. I want this to kind of be a channel that's going to help us all, one, with making very successful car hauling companies, or even just car hauling drivers. But I also want you guys to be financially successful. I want you guys to excel in anything you do. So therefore, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm going to tell you what's going on with the company here, and I'm going to tell you how we're doing with getting to our goal. So just like in the stock market, all the companies are giving their profit loss statements. Are they hitting their per share goals? As for my company, just like a lot of them out there right now, actually right now, only 61% of the companies that have shared their earnings in the past 3 weeks have hit their goals or exceeded them. So that means 39% of the companies have not. I, in this point, would end up more on the have-not side. This truck right here, she's been a good truck. Haven't really had much of an issue in a year and a half of ownership. She has broken down a grand total of 3 times. She needed pretty much right from the get-go, a rebuild. So we rebuilt the motor. Then I forget what the other breakdown was. Honestly, I don't even remember. All I remember is, it wasn't really a breakdown. The truck was getting fixed from being hit. I was gonna say, I can't think of the other breakdown. But then last week we had our 3rd breakdown on this specific truck, and that ran me not much money, but it cost me, wait for it, it cost me a grand total of $898 for the radiator, then antifreeze and downtime is $1,500 a day plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days total. This simple cracked radiator cost me $8,573 because you have to add in the cost of the downtime. The money you don't make costs you money. Most people don't ever think about that. They think, oh, it's $1,000 repair, or it's under warranty, or, you know, it was only a $300 repair, but it cost me 3 days. That was actually a $4,800 repair. That cost you $1,500 a day times 3 days. That's $4,500. You have $300 for the repair. Therefore, $4,800. I am obviously a huge advocate of overnight air. I don't care if it's a $300 part and the overnighting is $900. I will gladly spend that to have my truck on the road the next day over it being down for 4 to 5 days to get back on the road. This one was kind of a hodgepodge of a job. It originally broke down on a Saturday. Couldn't find, early Saturday morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Cracked the radiator coming into Tennessee. We got it back in, but we couldn't order a radiator until Monday. We ended up finding a radiator in Lexington, Kentucky, which I drove my car up to Lexington, got the radiator, drove it back. Tuesday morning they started the job, took everything down, or broke everything down, started putting the truck back together, realized the shock mounts were, radiator mounts had gone bad, so we ordered 2 radiator mounts. That $18 part, 2 $9 parts, that $18 part cost me $3,000. Took 2 days to get back. Finally they got it back, we put the truck back together. So there is why that repair actually cost $8,573, because that is money I cannot get back. I lost that money because I didn't haul loads. By not hauling loads, that money's gone. That money's gone off the profit loss statement for the year. So that leads into why we are so far behind on making it to our $3,000 mark. Mostly because, and forgive my language, but my stupid motor in my Kenworth, my 2011 Kenworth, will not stay running. It has been check engine light after check engine light after check engine light this entire year. Since we rebuilt that truck just over a year ago, rebuilt the motor, it has been nothing but check engine lights. At this point in time, there is not a sensor that has not been replaced. Right now, we have ordered in an entire wiring harness for that truck and a new ECM. Because last week, his truck, my other truck, went down, and every time we put a sensor into it or fixed the problem that it said it had, as soon as we would start to regen the truck, another issue would start. So it leaves us to think that we have a bad wiring harness, and it's just, something's getting crossed within the wiring harness, and signals are jumping all over the place and tripping codes. Right now we have a check engine light with a code of unknown, meaning that truck is saying there is something wrong with it, but we can't figure it out. The motor does not know what's wrong with it. We do not know what's wrong with it. We are putting a wiring harness in that truck and wiring harness and an ECM. When we are done with that, we are done with the truck. If this does not fix the issues, the truck is up for sale. Don't know what's going on with it, but this truck so far has not, since January, run 4 consecutive days. It has been down. We look back through, it normally runs between 2 and 3 days, down for 4 to 5. 2 to 3 days, down for 4 to 5. Non-stop since January. I am officially done with this truck. Don't know what the gremlins are, but there is something with it. If you guys have any ideas, please write in the comment below if you've had these kind of issues before. It has been all emissions related, and we have changed everything everything in the emissions has been replaced. So there is nothing a shop has not had its hands on. So at this point in time, that's why we are so unbelievably far away from getting a new truck this year. But guys, that's beside the point. We are actually having a fairly good year. The trucking industry's in a bit of a downturn, to be expected after two phenomenal years of 2017 and 2018. So of course we're having a little bit of a turnaround, just like the stock market. You have ups, you have downs, you have hills, you have lows. So right now we're starting into a little bit of a low, which is not a bad thing. If you can weather this low, you are going to be set for a very long time. That means you have a company that can make money during bad times, or at least break even and not go under. If that's the case, there's going to be a lot of companies that are going to go under. As we've already seen this year, we've had many companies that have already failed. So if you can make it through this rough time, trust me, you are going to be set. I started my company in the worst possible time frame of the auto industry, that 2008-2009 crash era, where we were delivering dealership cars to lots that the dealerships were renting because they couldn't sell cars fast enough, or faster than they were coming in. I have one dealership that has since gone bankrupt, but we had over 300 cars on a bankrupt golf course's parking lot. It was renting 8 miles away. So trust me, if you can make money or even at least break even during this downtime, thumbs up to you. You have a good business mindset on your hand. We're all going to struggle. Few of us will make it through, many of us will fail, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we can all see light on the other side of this tunnel. That goes into what I really want to talk about in my next few vlogs, getting into financials, trying to make our companies profitable. By the way, take your profits and guys, put them away for a rainy day. There's going to be times where, like this year, where you might have to lean on your savings. Go get the Robinhood app. Again, a shameless plug for the Robinhood app. It helps me, it helps you. Use my link below. Join Robinhood. It is free stock trading. If you don't know anything about stocks, I don't know how much I can give you for information, but if you don't know anything about trading stocks, turn around, take a couple YouTube courses. You're on my course, or you're on my channel learning something about trucking. I hope you go to use another YouTuber's channel on learning stocks. But if you don't know much about stocks, you can do what I did when I first started, and you can trade ETFs like the Dow Jones Industrial, the S&P 500. You can trade growth, you can trade chip, you can trade industrials, you can trade oil, you can trade ETFs, which is a conglomerate of all the companies, meaning you think a specific sector goes up. If you trade them, on average, you should make about 12% year after year on your income. But go look into that, because the whole goal at the end of all of this is so we can all be financially responsible. And when we decide to retire, whether that's at 31 or that's at 71, it does not matter, but you want to be able to live off the interest of your investments for all of retirement and never, ever, ever, ever touch the principal of your investments. If you can do that, you are going to be very successful and never have to worry about your income. Because if you can live off the interest, your principal money never goes away. So, but for right there, guys, I am signing off. Thank you for watching this vlog. Again, hit that like button down below. Please subscribe to the channel. And again, even if you just want to look at the Robinhood app and see what it's all about, you don't have to spend a dime. You can turn around, use my link below. It helps you, it helps me. We both get a stock out of it. Robinhood is free trading. There are no commissions whatsoever. So when a stock is $100 and you want to buy it, it is not like some of the other ones where that stock actually cost you $105. No, that stock cost you $100 on the Robinhood app. There are no commissions. Awesome, awesome, awesome. If you ask me, go get yourself the Robinhood app. Go get yourself, or please hit the subscribe button, hit that link button, and guys, I will see you later. Have a good one.